Hey, what up, though, tubers? This is Superdell, and today I got another video, and the news is about Plex. If you don't know what Plex is, let me explain it to you. I know you like Netflix. I know you like Amazon Prime. I know you like all of those streaming applications. But one thing about Plex, once you learn how to get your own content, you can use Plex to actually display, not only display, you can share your Plex. But there's been some recent changes with Plex. It's still free to use for you, but if you're talking about allowing people onto your Plex or being outside of your home and wanting remote access, there has been some changes, and the change has been going through ever since last year. But here it is right here. It says in this article from AFTV News from Elias, he says Plex begins new interface rollout and paid pass requirements for remote streaming on Fire TVs. Now you might say, well, what's Fire TV? Fire TV Sticks, Fire TV 4K, 4K Max, Fire tablets, also the Fire TV Cube, and your Fire televisions, like the televisions that's actually running uh, the Fire TV operating system. So you have those. But this is just a short article right here. And again, I love Plex. I'm going to show you mine in a little bit. I love it. But it said Plex has announced updates that will begin rolling out to the Fire TVs over the next couple of weeks, the coming weeks, rather. And see, today is what? April the 3rd, 2026. He released this on the 2nd, so I'm a day late, but it's all good. It says the new Plex interface, which was announced in late 2024 and began rolling out first to Apple TV devices, which is very, very nice. My Apple TV is upstairs on my main TV. It says Apple TV devices in early 2025 will be arriving on the Fire TV devices starting next week. So sometime next week, you'll start getting the new user interface, which I'll do a video on when it comes to this Plex. In addition to the new interface, Plex will begin enforcing this new requirement of a Plex Pass, right? So you got to have some type of Plex Pass, whether it's monthly, yearly, lifetime. Those are the three options right there. Monthly, yearly, lifetime. I'm a lifetime subscriber. I got a lifetime subscription, rather, and so the people who I give access to my Plex don't have to worry about it because I already been one for probably about 8, 9, 10 years now. It says this won't affect you if you stream from your local Plex server. So what that mean right there, say you building your Plex and you're in your house, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't have anything to worry about. You will still be able to stream. So even if you got the free one, you will still be able to use your Fire TV and everything to stream. It's when you go outside of your home or you try to give one of your family members or friend access to your Plex, they're going to have a problem. Okay? Moving along. But if you travel with your Fire TV or stream from someone else's Plex server who does not have a Plex Pass, you will soon either need to have your own, which is $70 a year, or $20 a year. The Plex Pass or a $20 a year remote watch pass. So that made me go up here, right? And I wanted to check it out. And again, they started rolling this out on the Apple TV 4K, last year. Right around this time last year, the announcement came out. And so here it is, the pricing right here. For the monthly, if you want to do monthly, all right, it's $7. If you want to do the yearly, it is $70. And if you want a lifetime subscription, that way you ain't got to ever pay ever again. You're gonna have to ditch out $249. See, I got mine back in the day. It was one. Matter of fact, I think I might have got it cheaper because I think when I first got it, it was like Black Friday or something like that. I believe it was like 89 or either 99, somewhere around there. I think it was 89. And so honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I believe I got the deal because they was rolling it out. Now, if you somebody that want to hold off, It's going to be a while before they do this again, but they usually do this like twice a year. They definitely do it one time a year, definitely during Christmas time. They had knocked this 259, 249 down to maybe 199 or something like that, somewhere around there, or 179. Again, you're going to have something uh, if you want to watch it outside of your home, or if you want any of your family members to watch your server. Or say if they are connected to your server and they want to, they will have to get either one of these passes. Okay. Again, these are the pricings. We know what it is. You really don't. If it's just you, then I think you'll be good, right? If you just want to watch it at home. But me, when I'm on, I'm outside the home. Maybe I'm at a kid's game, or maybe I'm just chilling in my car on my lunch, and I just want to catch up on a TV series or something like that. It's beautiful to be in your car and actually be able to connect to your server at home to watch whatever content you have. All right. So here's one right here. I'm gonna have to pause this a little bit. Let me pause this because as you see, I got quite a few. This is on the desktop right here. And I do on mine, I put in the code. So let me pause right quick. Okay, I'm back. Everything is starting to generate. And so this is my Plex on the desktop, on my computer right here. And you see I got a bunch of options. I got trending, I got activity. I got all of this up in here, which is very, very nice. You can see the last thing I was watching from a couple of days ago. I was watching episode 4, which was crazy. Also, I can find my friend's profile. Also, guys, I can go in here, like I do this to my little brother all the time because my little brother he got access to my Plex. Again, I'm a lifetime subscription, so I do have it. But I can cut him off. I could be on here because one thing where it says activity, whoever is connected, which you probably don't see because let me do this. All right, you don't see it, but right here, and when you see activity, that means somebody is watching your Plex. And again, if I see him, you can go on here and cut them off, mess with them. You can leave them a message, all of that stuff. People, everybody in Plex, they know I don't mess with my little brother a lot when he be in here watching movies. But again, over here on the side, right here, I created this recently added movies. And so again, I can go up in here, even though I can go up in here with the things I actually presented in here inside of this category right here that I have. But Plex give you a recent one. They give you their own and things like that. But I just made this easier for my family and friends to actually go up in here and be able to watch whatever they want. Again, Plex automatically give you one, and you see it right here, and they'll show you each movie and things like that you just added. But again, I added my own. I created one that said recently added, and then, they can go up in here and watch it. One thing about it, you can put your own home videos in here and name it, just like I did right here. And I displayed, like, from the beginning, I displayed my son, um, in college playing football. They was at practice right here. And so you see him taking off. He's a running back right there. Number 2, how he squeezed through the hole and things like that. So, again, you can do this. That's the beauty of having Plex. Again, recently added televisions. These are everything that you see over here are the categories that I created on my own. This is why in some of my videos I tell you I don't need Netflix. I don't need Amazon Prime. I don't need none of those streaming apps. Hulu, whatever else they got out there. Paramount, I don't need none of that. I don't need Apple TV or nothing because I know how to get the content. I know how to rip DVDs. I know how to rip Blu-rays. I got plenty of them over here. Like I got 4K films, And these are some of the 4K films that I have. Marvel films right here that I name. I got Marvel TV series. And again, you set up Plex the way you want to. Okay, I got Marvel films. So I got pretty much all the Marvel films. And one thing about it, if I wanted to watch it, it'll give me a synopsis. And you notice the background turned green, things like that. But I can click it and it'll start playing in a matter of like 5 seconds. And you'll see it start up. Simple as that. It's just one click play. I got 4K movies. So a lot of my 4K movies that you see, like Aliens right here, I can put it on Aliens, and you see the background go like reddish burgundy. Again, it gives you a synopsis. You can watch a movie trailer before you do anything. You know, if you be like, man, let me see what this movie is about, you can click this and it'll play the trailer. I got 4K DC films. All of this right here. This is my biggest category right here, this ADST. This stands for Action, Drama, Suspense, Thriller. And I got movies. I got movies for days. These are regular 720, 1080p right here. This is it right here. And again, if I wanted to watch Beverly Hills Cop, I can click on it. It gives me a rating on here. Plus, you can rate it yourself. I was actually in this movie right here. You saw two kids going across the movie set. We wasn't supposed to do it, but we did it. It was on the truck scene. This actually was in my neighborhood that I grew up in Detroit right here. So it's so much you can do it. I started my own Tubi Films category, all of that. And again, if I wanted to watch it, I could just click on it right here and then just hit play. And like in 5 seconds or so, you'll see the screen go black and it'll start playing. But I don't want no copyright strikes, things like that. So you got to be careful. I got comedy, right? A bunch of comedy. And I got a bunch of horror films as well. If you know me, you know I love horror films. Some of them be whack, but I don't mind watching it, okay? Let's get over here because this is the computer that I'm on. So you can look at it on your computer. Also, this one right here, let me see. Or is it this one? Oh, no, it's this one. Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry. But this is on my ON 4K box. Y'all know it. As you see right here, Google TV. Okay. But here's the Plex right here. And again, it's the same way. I click in here. I'm going to have to pause it because y'all know what it is. I got my little pin that I put in here so nobody go in here and mess things up. All right, so I am in, and here it is. The same thing. I got it the same way over here. And again, I can watch 4K movies. It's very, very nice what you can do with Plex. All right, but there's a lot of competition out there, like Kodi. What else is out there? MB, Jellyfin, Nova Video Player, which is free, depending on where you got your movies and TV shows stored. You got a free application. It won't work remotely, but if you're in the house, Nova Video Player is pretty nice. But as you see, I got a bunch of them. How do you know these are 4K? I can click in here, and it tells me it's 4K right here. Okay, and it's as simple as that. You build your own library. That's why you will hear certain YouTube creators say, I don't need Netflix. I don't need, Amazon Prime. I don't need no streaming app out there that gives you, I don't need Apple TV. I don't need none of that because they usually, most likely, they got something like a Plex, Jellyfin, MB, or even Kodi. But it's just that you can get to your Plex remotely. You can get to your MB remotely, and I believe Jellyfin as well. But I'm a Plex guy, all right. And again, because I have a lifetime subscription. People who I give access to my server, my Plex, they don't have to pay for anything. All right, that's all they got to do is go on their streaming devices, Roku, Amazon. They might have a NVIDIA Shield. They might have a Zadoo. They may have what other device? They may have a Formula, a Buzz, any type of streaming. They might be on their smart television where they got Plex. Any of those streaming devices, they can get access to my server and watch my Plex, and then go from there. So it's pretty nice. I advise everybody, if you got the time, you got the energy, maybe this is something we're going to discuss probably on a live feed. Things, how to get started using your Plex. Things you will need to start and have a successful Plex. All right. But just let me know if you want to start one. Maybe I do because this is what I do. I do a course on how to actually start your Plex. Now it is $50 if you want to know how to do it. Get your content, how to rip your movies. One program is called Make MKV. Some people use other programs, but Make MKV is free, where you can rip your Ultra HD, you can rip your DVD, you can rip your Blu-ray disc, and then you could take that video and put it onto your Plex. And Plex will go out here and get all the movie posters. You don't have to do nothing. 98% of the time, they're going to get all the metadata, which is the description, the synopsis, and the movie poster. You don't have to do anything else but feed your Plex, and they'll do everything else. All right. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment area. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, share this video. Get it out there for people who may not know that they have this option to build their own media library using Plex. Plex is free. It's just the access. If you want remote access, yeah, you're going to have to kick out a couple dollars, all right? Share the video, like the video, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, click that bell icon. That way you stay up to date of whatever I drop on YouTube. Salute, everybody. Y'all be safe. This is Superdell, and I'm signing out. Peace.